They will be written only for one time in hierarchical manner, right, boss? And readability is good towards property file or YML file. YML file only, because again, because we can see the hierarchy. This is the parent node, this is the child node, this is the sub node. Like this, we can easily identify, right, boss? Online students, good morning. Am I audible? Am I visible? Am I loud and clear? Yes. Please get into the subject. Class content, Spring 1101, Spring Boot Core. Yeah. Today we will discuss about profiles once YML discussions are over. Okay. File save as. I hope everyone completed mini project what I have given. Sure, because I'm going to use mini project once again while teaching the profiles. 901 Spring Boot Core. Right. What is this? 901, right, boss? What is this? June 11th. Profiles in Spring Boot application. But let me open this document. 901 Spring Boot Core. What is yesterday's document, guys? 10th document. More on profiles, right? Okay, boss. Everyone, please come back. Yeah. Yesterday we have seen how to prepare YML file from properties file, how to prepare property file from YML file. But I said one statement, you did not to bend your back for that. We have tools doing that work. In Eclipse ID itself, we have a tools, guys. You want to see that? In Eclipse project itself, we have that option. Let's do that. Let's do that. Then I will give some third-party tools also. Then I will give some third-party tool performing the similar activity. What's our batch code? 901 PB. Yeah, when you right click on properties file, you will get option convert to YML file. So automatically file name dot properties automatically becomes what? File name dot YML. You want to check that? Okay, this is our mini project. This is our spell. Yes. Okay. This is our spell. This is our bulk injection related application. Okay. Now I'll take a copy of it. Bulk injection YML. What is the project number? 7. Basically, what we got here? Basically, what we got here? Come on. File, close all editors. Here is my resources folder. Oh, already YML is there. Very bad. Bulk injection already YML. How come there, boss? It's supposed to have properties file. Okay. It's my bad luck. Okay. No problem. I think data injection spell. Yeah. Property file is there or not there? Okay. Copy this, paste it. What is the project number? 7. Data injection spell. What is this? Okay. Spell YML. Something YML is there. Data injection spell YML. Basically, what it is giving me properties file, right, guys? But I want to get in the form of YML. So what should I do? Right click on the file. Come on. Right click on the file. There is a beautiful option. Convert dot properties to dot YML. There are, see, you just confirm application.yml has come and it is automatically converted. Life is easy, boss. Okay. So now you run the application. Hey, output will not change, injection will not change. 07, guys. Say next. Say next. Save. Okay. Select this, run the application. And same old injections are done now, boss. Same old injections are done. Injections are happening happily. Arithmetic and logical operations are happening to spell automatically, right? Is there any great news here? Any rocket science? Okay. Fine, sir. Okay, I don't want to use this option. I want to have freedom for properties to YML, YML to property. I should have a freedom to convert to any kind. Okay. Then we have a third party tools, guys. Third party tools. Tools for properties file to YML file conversion. Tools for property file to YML file conversion, guys. Converting properties file to YML file. Converting property file to YML file. Okay, that's good. So we are looking for a tool, guys. Okay, they have not given any tool there. Very bad. Not given any tool there, guys. PIP installer. We have a GUI tools only. 1 minute. We have GUI tools only. NamLabs tools are there. NamLabs. Here we have option now, boss. Yeah. Server dot port 9090. Spring dot application dot NamLabs. Okay, this is the content. Okay, I'm writing one more thing. Spring dot data source dot, come on, driver class name. Arakill dot, come on, JDBC dot driver dot Arakill driver. Spring dot data source dot, come on, guys. Data source dot URL. JDBC colon Arakill colon at the rate localhost colon 1521 colon XE. Select this one, guys. Selected. Go for what? Convert. It came into YML. It came in the form of YML or not, boss? Okay. So here in the YML, it is happily converted or not? So here what? property file to YML. You go bottom, YML to property file also will be there. There are some tools we do both operation in a single screen. This is supporting only one conversion, guys. See, can I get anything here? Reverse is not supported. So now let me use that tool that supports what? Both. That supports what? Both. And a lot of tools are there, guys. Okay. Lot of advertisements. Lot of advertisements are there. Okay. Now there is one tool which acts as a bidirectional, guys. What is that? Magado.com. What is that? Magdo.com. Right, boss? Yeah, Magado.com. 1 minute. GGED on Magado.com. Magado.com. Okay, fine. Is parked free? Courtesy of this one. No, I'm not looking for this. Is it right or wrong, guys? No, single geo only, Rava. What is that? Single geo. We have searched for double G, right? Single G, D cap, double D. Megado.com. Yeah. Here you have a bidirectional converter, boss. Okay. Bidirection conversion. YML file to property file converter. Yes. It is a bidirectional converter. Right now we are having YML here. Yes, na boss. YML is there. YML is there. Okay. Here I am having one more extra wording. Server colon port, right? Server colon port colon 404. Selected this, convert. We got the property file here. Easy. Okay. Now come here. Spring dot data source dot. Okay. I will take username Scott. Spring dot data source dot password. What is there? Manage. Control A, convert. It's coming or not coming? Come on. Control A, convert. Control A, convert. Control A, convert. So it is a popular tool now, boss. It's best instead of working with separate tool for property file to YML, YML to property. This is always easy to work with that or not, guys. So once we have property file in Eclipse, Spring or Spring Boot project, then it can be converted into YML file using the wizard supplied by STS plugin. Right click on property file, convert it to YML file. Or use online tool. What is there? Megado.com, YML converter. That will take care of YML to property file to YML conversion. Is that clear, my dear? Super. Okay. Now, popular interview question. What is the difference between properties file and YML file, right? Properties file and what? YML file. One side property file, another side YML file. Shall we start analyzing both? There is no specification providing rules and guidelines to develop the property file. You just need to follow keys and values. In property file, it's always key value pairs, nothing else. There is a specification providing rules and guidelines to develop the YML file. And that specification you can see in what? YML.org website. These are the rules and guidelines document to prepare what? YML. And the latest is this one only, guys. 2021 is new. After that, they have not revised. After that, they have not revised. YML specification recent version is what? 1.2. See, me conducting classes without course brochure, my own syllabus, right? But me conducting classes according to Naresh IT course brochure. I have a specification to conduct the classes, right, boss? So I have a specification to conduct the classes means what? I have to follow some instruction, some minimum content I have to deliver that is there in the course brochure. Now, if I take my own syllabus, I may cheat you, I may give more content, I may give less content. No control on my content for the management. Understanding my statement? Okay, and when it comes to property file, is there any specification to create the property file? No. YML file, there is a specification. What is node? What is sub node? What is the syntax for assigning value? Everything is clearly defined there. There is specification. Can be used only in Java environment. Property file works only in Java environment. Can be used in Java, Python, Ruby, Groovy, and etc. Array in DevOps tools are there. Kubernetes and Docker. There also we can work with YML files. There also we can deal with what? YML files. Can be used in both Spring and Spring Boot framework. Property file can be used in both places. Okay, 1 minute, 1 minute. Nowhere related to JSON format. Key value pairs, but nowhere related to JSON. Superset of JSON. YML is created on the top of JSON, guys. JSON also key value pairs. Node structure will be there. Come on, guys. There also keys colon e value. Here key is equal to value. Property file is nowhere related to JSON because here key is equal to value. YML key colon value. In JSON also hierarchical format. Here also hierarchical format. So YML is a superset of what? JSON. Can be used in both Spring and Spring Boot framework. YML is given exclusive only for Spring Boot framework. Nodes or levels in the keys may have duplicates. Spring.data source.driver class name. Spring.data source.url. Spring.data source.username. Spring.data source.password. So Spring.data source is repeatable node or not? Nodes or levels in the keys may have duplicates. Same nodes or levels will not be repeated. It is not hierarchical data. Horizontally will be there, right? And it is hierarchical. Super node, next line sub node, next line sub node. Okay. Custom property file can be configured in Spring Boot application directly using what? Property source and no property source factory is required. No property source factory is required. Or using spring.config.import key. Array to the main property file, other property file can be linked by using which key, guys? Spring.config.import key. Spring.config. What key, guys? Import key. Is that clear, boss? Come on. Custom YML file can be configured using Spring Boot application using property source by developing and specifying what is that? Property source factory class, or by using Spring config import key, boss. That means user defined property file or YML file can be linked with what? Main application dot properties or YML by using what, guys? Spring config import key. Spring config import key. And that is easy compared to working with property source and separate class. It's always easy to work with what? Spring config import. While working with profiles in Spring or Spring Boot, We cannot place multiple profiles in single property file. Yeah, profiles is nested discussion, guys. Okay, for every environment, we take one profile. Development setup, profile. Testing setup, one profile. All environments related information can be written in single YML file, but cannot be written in single property file. For different environment, different profiles are required. I mean, it's a different property files are required. For all environments together, we can take single profile. Understanding my statement, boss? Come on. While working with profiles in Spring or Spring Boot, we cannot place multiple profiles in single property file. We can place multiple profiles in single YML file, separating with how many symbols? Separating with 3 hyphen symbol. In development profile, 3 hyphen symbol. Testing profile, 3 hyphen symbol. Like this, multiple profiles information can be placed in what? Single YML file. Profile still not discussed. Next topic is that only. Spring or Spring Boot application directly loads and reads the property file content. No other conversion, guys. Every YML file will be converted into property file content before loading and reading. So YML is internally converted into what? Property. Use property file when number of keys are less and nodes and levels are not repeating. Number of keys are less in the property file. At the same time, nodes and levels are not repeating. That time only it's recommended to work with property file. Use YML file when number of keys are more and the nodes and levels in keys are repeating. Nodes oblique levels in the keys are repeating. So, okay, gives bit extra perform. So definitely gives what, guys? Bit extra, because direct reading, direct loading. Gives bit less performance compared to property file, because every YML file content should be converted to property file content internally before using. Internally before using. Got it, guys? Takes more time for typing because repeated notes in the keys. Take less time because no repeated notes in the keys, guys. Because our hierarchical node will be coming only for what? One time. Node will be coming only for what? One. So do I need to remember these many differences? Not. Hardly you remember 5 to 6 differences. Interviewer will be happy. What is that? First main one what? Main one is what? No specification, specification. Property file, no specification, here specification. Next, multiple profiles can be written in, cannot be written in single property file. Other side can be written in single YML. That's another important. Yeah, property file is not hierarchical. YML file is what? Hierarchical. Nodes in the keys will be repeated in property file. YML file will not be repeated. YML file will not be repeated. Okay. Property file we can take only in Spring application and Spring Boot application. But whereas YML only in Spring Boot application. Property file can be used only in Java setup, cannot be used in outside Java. YML file can be used in multiple places, including tools like Kubernetes, Docker also needs what? YML file only. How to configure user-defined YML file to the Spring Boot application. You create a user-defined YML file, guys. Spring colon config colon import is the key. Spring colon config colon import is the key. There you can mention custom property file name or what? YML file name information. If it is a property file, what is the key? Spring.config.import. Spring dot config dot import is the key in application dot property file to specify user defined YML file or YML file. To specify user defined YML file or YML file. Is that clear, guys? Example application, guys. Here is my myfile.yml linked with YML file, application.yml file, spring colon, config colon, import my file. Now, if you want to link same with property file, spring dot config dot import myfile.yml. Myfile.yml. Is that clear, boss? This is my application.yml, boss. This is my application.yml. Here, I will take one more file, myfile dot myfile.yml. Myfile.yml. Here, org.nt colon name, customer name, Raja. Address, what is there? Hyderabad. Pin code. Yeah, this is there, boss. This is user defined YML file. This data I want to inject to some customer class. What class, guys? This data I would like to inject to customer class. At the rate component. At the rate component cust. At the rate configuration properties. What is there? Prefix is equal to org.nt. Prefix is equal to org.nt, guys. Private string name. Private string name. Next. Private string address. What is that, guys? Private string address. Here address is taken. Next. Next one is what, guys? Private long pin code. Private long pin code. On the top of it, I will place at the rate data. On the top of it, I place what? At the rate data, boss. Super. On the top of it, I place at the rate data. Okay, now I want to check whether this custom property file is recognized or not. For that one, I should configure what? For that one, I have to configure custom property file in main configuration file. Okay, now tell me. Custom configuration file. Sorry, custom YML file configuration. Custom YML file configuration. Spring colon, config colon, next one. Okay, what is the name of the file, guys? My file dot. If it is there in some location, you have to give location also. Myfile.yml. How to check whether customer class object is injected with the data or not? Somewhere I have to check or not, boss. Somewhere I have to check it or not, guys. How to check? Spring Boot data injection, guys. Yeah. Customer cust is equal to ctx dot get bean cust customer dot class. Customer cust is equal to ctx dot get bean control plus shift plus o. Sys out cust object data was plus cust. What object data, guys? Cust object data plus cust, guys. Cust object data plus cust. Right click, run on Java application. Right click, run as Java application. It has not come. Are we getting it, guys? Are we getting it, guys? No. That means YML file is linked with this. Spring colon, come on. Config colon import myfile.yml, right? Myfile.yml, org.nt. Did I keep the prefix properly? Yes. org.nt at the rate date. Get bean this. Get bean this. Yeah. Let's run the application, guys. Printed was. No, there everything is printed. That's fine. But custom property file data, I'm planning to inject to whom, guys? Customer class, right, boss? Okay, but customer class is custom YML file is configured here. Application.yml. Okay. Spring colon config colon import. Spring colon config colon import. Spring colon config colon import. My file dot this. Resources folder. What's the bean ID? Cust. Configuration properties org.nt. Name, address, pin code. Name, address, pin code. That's good. YML file. Spring colon config colon import. myfile.yml. Let me check what is the full name of this file. Properties file. What is the name? myfile.yml. Why it is not coming, boss? What is the reason? Changes may be not recognizing. Let's clean the project once. Let's clean the project once. Let's run the application once, guys. Okay, so sad, guys. Training Institute system.out.println. Data Institute. Property file data we are printing, customer object data, this. Why it is not doing injections? It's supposed to do injection by collecting same thing, guys. Application.yml. Is there any prefix called org.init? No. Now listen. When you feel one section is over, you want to start a new section. Better to keep what? 3 hyphen symbol. Better to keep what? 3 hyphen symbol. One section is over. This is a different section, guys. Okay. It is a 3 hyphen symbol for a partition, boss. Click on it. Now it should work. It's coming or not? Because one section is over. This is a new section, right? Then we have to use what? 3 hyphen symbols. It's happening or not happening, boss? We're able to get the data or not? Like this. In property file, you can configure property file or YML file. In YML file, we can configure what? Okay, property file or YML file. That's not an issue. But what is the standard notes, guys? Spring colon, tell me. Config colon import. Spring dot config dot import. Okay, in YML style. Spring colon config colon import. Understood, boss? In YML or YML file, we cannot use following list of words as the nodes in keys. They are reserved words, but this restriction is not there in what? Property. These words cannot be used as the node names, guys, because these are the reserved words. Y, no, 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 true, true, false, on, off, on, off. This applies both YML and what? YML file. How to configure custom property file to the Spring Boot or Spring Boot application. To the Spring or what? Spring Boot application. Tell me, boss. Again, same thing. If it is a property file, spring.config.import. If it is a YML file, spring colon config colon import. Spring colon config colon import. Are you with me, guys? Come on, I want reply. Spring colon config colon import. At a time, you can configure one YML file, one property file also, because it is an array type. Import is there to go for what? Array type. At a time, you can configure one property file, one YML file. Is it not interesting, Rababu? Okay, now let's see what I'm going to do. My file dot YML. I'm taking one more thing. File, guys, my file one dot properties. My file one dot properties. Tell me. org dot nt dot org.nt email natraz@gmail.com. Yes. org.nt.size. What is there, guys? Size. 300 is the company size. 300 is the company size. So we have a custom property file, custom YML file. Both are there. Both are. Now go to application.yml, guys. You go to application.yml. If you want to give multiple values as array content, we should start using hyphen symbol. We should start using hyphen symbol. myfile.ym. myfile.proper. One na. properties. Perfect. My file dot properties, my file one dot properties. Okay, go to customer class, guys. What are the extra properties we decided to do? Private string email. Private string email. Next one. What's the next one, guys? Size. Okay, we will take integer size. Yeah. Few things are coming from first YML file. Last things are coming from last property file or not. That means at a time, we can configure both YML file and property file to single application. How to link them with application.properties or YML, Spring colon, import colon, config. Sorry, config colon, import. That is in YML file syntax. In property file, what is the syntax? Spring dot, config dot, clear boss. Okay, now tell me, configuring using at the rate property source easier or configuring by using key of the property file or YML file is easier? Configuring by using the key of the YML file or what property file is quite easy because it is easy to enter, easy to remove. Whenever you want, you can enable, whenever you want, you can disable. Property source is annotation. Annotation means Java statement. Java statement means should be written on the top of the class or configuration class, right? And whenever you want to change the name of the property file, location of the property file, you are hard coding name and location there. So to overcome that problem, better to believe in what? Soft coding with the support of what, guys? Property file or YML file configuration using the keys of application.properties or application.yml. Using the keys of application.properties or application.yml. Understood, boss? Yeah. We can link user-defined YML files with application.properties or YML. We can link user-defined property files with application.properties or YML. Application.properties are what? YML. Understood, boss? Yeah. So this is about working with YML and this. How many ways are to configure user-defined property file with a Spring Boot application? Two ways. What are those? Application.property. Okay. Application dot. Okay. By linking custom property file with what? Application.properties. That's one option. Another option is what, guys? By using property source annotation. Property source annotation is a Java statement. We may forget to open it or close it. So that's why better to work with what, guys? Come on. Yeah, property file support or YML support. To add more property files or YML files. To add more property files or what? YML. File open. What is today's date, guys? 11th. Yeah. In property file, YML file, I have given same key, different values. Which value will be taken as final value? Property file value. Which value will be taken as final value? Okay. Next. Okay. We'll see this one also. In application.properties or YML and user defined properties or YML, which is linked with application.properties or YML. I have taken what, guys? Come on. Same keys with different values. Which value will be taken as final value? Okay. Let's have a look on this. Here, what is there, guys? org.nt dot address is there. One option. Another one is what? Here, size 300 is there. org.nt.size 300. In main file, I'm taking. In main file, I'm taking org.nt.size 200. But is it allowed, guys? Not allowed. What should I do? Colon space. Yeah, org.nt dot. What is that? 27, 3 hyphen symbol. 27, not 2 hyphen symbol, it's a 3 hyphen. Here, how much, guys? 200. Here, how much I have taken, guys? My file.yml, how much I have taken? Here, not there. My file one dot is also coming, boss. Here, how much I have taken? 300. 300 and main file is having what? 200. Java application, customer data, what is coming? That means main file data only coming now, boss. You may say like this, are you configured a bit lately? That's why it is doing. First custom property file and YMLs are configured. Then you configured this. Okay, on public demand, say paste. Click on it. It's coming or not coming, boss? Okay, then also what is coming? That depends upon where is that. You don't say that will happen, this will happen, right? If what is there? If in application.yml or property file, if custom file configuration is kept after our key and value, then what happened? Custom property file content will be taken. But our key and value is kept in application.yml. After completing, after configuring custom YML file or property file, then what happened, guys? Okay, then what happens? Before means custom one, after means main one. Main application.yml or what? Property file content will be taken. Quite common sense, boss. By that time, we are configuring custom property file. If already value is there, custom property file data will override it. If not there, come on, guys. Custom file data will be there and additional data what you kept in what? Application.properties or YML also will be there. Will be there. Is that clear? In one target class, yeah. Let me open yesterday's document. This is 10th document, right? Okay. Yeah. Tell me, boss, if application dot properties are YML file and user defined user defined properties are YML file. User defined property for YML file, which is linked with application dot YMLR properties file. Okay. Or having same keys with different values. Can you tell me what happens? Can you tell me what exactly happens, boss? I hope you understood, guys. Can you tell me what exactly happens? This is the question, guys. Tell me, boss. Is there any single answer for that? If custom property file or YML file is configured in what? Main application dot properties or YML file. Okay. YML file before keeping the specified key, before keeping in the specified key. Then the specified key value in application dot properties or YML will be taken place. Will be taken place. Will be taken. Otherwise, tell me, boss. Otherwise, the value kept in custom property file or YML file will be taken. Where is the location that also matters, right? Before linking application custom property file or YML file, before linking custom, come on guys, property file or YML file to the application dot properties or what? YML file. If you mention, come on guys, if you mention key and value there, okay, then what happened? The value given in custom YML file or property file will be taking place. Otherwise, the value given in what? Application dot properties or YML itself will be taking the value, will be taken as the final value. What should be the answer for this question, guys? What is there, guys? Answer. If the custom YML or properties file is linked with what is that? Application dot properties or YML file. Application dot properties or YML file. Before before placing the before placing the matching key. What key, guys? Matching key. Before placing the matching key. Then before placing the matching key means what, guys? Before placing the matching key. Then before placing the matching key. Then what happens, guys? The The matching key of application.yml or application.property file. Before taking the, and then what? The matching key of application.yml or property file and the matching key content of YML file, properties file will be taken as the, what is there? Final. Will be taken as the final value. Otherwise, what is that? Otherwise, tell me the values. Otherwise, what guys? I want reply. Otherwise, the value kept in custom properties file or YML file will be taken as the final value. Will be taken as the final values. Simply will be taken as the final values. Convinced with me, guys? Come on, everyone. Super. Okay. Now, I think yesterday I shared this document. Today, let me replace the existing document. But before going that, remind me, today I'm going to talk about the profiles. Okay, profiles. Spring Boot profiles, very, very important. Why Spring Core module is popular compared to another framework? Because it has got some mostly used features are given as direct features. Okay. Hmm. Mostly given features are given this one. Where is the information for him? 1101. No. From where I should collect the content? Yeah. What is this? 90911. What is this, guys? Spring Data, MongoDB, Spring Boot MVC, Spring Data JPI. What's our one, guys? 901 we have to look for. Spring Boot core. What is today having for today's date? One document is taken or not taken? Taken. Profiles in Spring Boot. Concept is very important. I want you people to focus like anything. This concept I'm going to tell based on the real-time scenarios and use cases. Profiles in Spring Boot. Both Spring and Spring Boot support profiles. We work with profiles while developing Spring application. XML driven, annotation driven, XML plus annotation driven, and also in what? 100% code configuration driven. Okay, we already worked with what? Annotations in this subject. But don't worry, I will teach annotation from the scratch level and I will go for it. The setup required to execute application is called environment. This environment includes bytecode, database software plus server, data source plus JRE, JVM, and etc. JRE, JVM, and what? Etc. So that is called setup, guys. Setup is also called what? Environment. Environment is also called as what? Profile. In Netflix, we create a profiles. Netflix allows how many profiles to create? 5. I log in, I select my profile, I add my choice movies to watching list. I keep my choice movies as liked movies, not liked movies. Like this, we keep it or not, boss? Liked movies, not liked movies, favorite hero. Okay, something you prepared there, guys. Another person uses his own profile, do the same thing. One more person uses the profile, he also do the same thing, na boss. Come on, my dear, I want reply. Okay, what's the advantage of those profile? When you log in back to the same system, when you select the profile, your history, your browsing history, your recommended movies, your what is add list, your insert operation or delete select operation, that information related screens will be shared with you or not there. But you are unnecessarily applying what? These features are entire project. Is it really required? Not required. So for that one, we have to deal with what? Profiles creation. Is there any guarantee in all profile that we use same JDBC driver? No. Is there any guarantee in all environments we use same username password for connecting to database? No. Are we going to use same network? No. Okay. In that particular situation, come on guys. Whenever I move my code from one environment to another environment, automatically things should be changed. Yes or no? Na? In environment one, I have written code for H2 database or MySQL database. But in environment two, which is a production environment, which is a real environment, there we try to take what guys? Come on. There we try to take a different setup because here I need different softwares, different settings. So that's why environment to environment, our project should be kept ready for execution or not, guys. These environments are technically called as profiles, like Amazon Prime profiles, Netflix account profiles, right? Every profile remembers activities done by end user in that profile. Every profile remembers activities done by end user in that particular profile. Are you with me, guys? Come on. In that particular profile, So that what happens, guys? We bring the okay. Whenever we change environment to environment by activating profile, we can get required setup that is there according to the situation or not, guys. You will get required setup that is there according to the situation. Now listen. First, try to understand profiles. It is like Netflix account profiles, Prime account profiles in your laptop also. Okay, it's a Windows OS, but we try to have 3, 4 users. For personal purpose, I log in with one username. For working purpose, I log in with a different username. If I give to guest or friend, I will give one more username password for him. Yes or no? Na? So that what happened, guys? Every user keeps track of settings, right? So guest user need not to know what to do, what I do in office. Guest user need not to know what I do in personal time, right, boss? So that's why though all are using same laptop, because of these users that are created, profiles that are created. Come on, guys. The environment definitely becomes specific or not. The environment definitely becomes specific to that profile or not. Only when that profile is relaunched, that setup will come. Otherwise, that setup will not come. Is it not interesting? Listen, generally our project goes to 4 phases. Development, testing, okay. Release, after releasing UAT, user acceptance test. Lastly, production. I understood everything, sir. What is UAT? User acceptance test. After releasing to client organization, the test done by client organization, what guys? The test done by client organization on the received project before they are utilizing it is called as what? UAT, user acceptance test. UAT, what is that, guys? User acceptance test. Is it not interesting, Babu? Come on. See, guys, as I'm moving my project from one profile to another profile, from one profile to what? Another profile. I should change the database names, driver details, whatever possible we have to change it or not, guys. Generally, environment to environment database may change. Why? I already said We use MySQL H2 database only during what? Application startup, application switch from one machine to another machine, or one mechanism to another mechanism. Otherwise, same we will be having same setup or not, guys. So in development and testing, I want to use JDK regular software. Uh, next, next one. I want to use regular JDK setup, guys, and testing environment. I'll manage with H2R MySQL, and I will manage with which server, Tomcat server kind of thing, or other basic server, whatever it is, right? And I want to give JDBC driver details for H2 and what? MySQL. After all, this application is connecting to MySQL database software. Clear, boss? When the same project is moved to testing, everything I want to keep same database, I want to take MySQL. When same project is moved to UAT, guys, everything I want to keep same, but database part, I want to change to what? Oracle, because serious application now, boss. Database part, I want to change to Oracle. And accordingly, driver details will change. Data source also will change, which is more friendly to Oracle, that will be used or not, guys. When project goes to production mode, the best setup should be given, right, boss? Best hardware, software, networking setup should be given. So that's why we say best setup should be given. Best setup should be given. Tell me, guys, what do you mean by best setup, my dear? I want reply. Oracle, Wildfly server, okay, na? Oracle, JDBC driver details for Oracle. Like this, I want to have this. I'm moving my code from one setup to another setup. But based on the profile name I mentioned, automatically certain software should be activated, certain software should be installed, should be kept ready for execution. Come on, guys. That is possible purely through profiles. That is what we do now, boss. Hurry burly, we get into one Netflix profile name. But there you are not getting list of recommended movies. In that list, your whatever you selected other day, that is not coming. Then you understood where problem things went wrong. Okay, other day created profile for in every account for every user, one profile is created. When user comes back using same username password, come on, guys. Okay, the entire setup should be shown as it is or not. The entire setup should be shown as it is or not. I want reply, boss. Super. Okay. Let us try to understand this one. In real time, profiles are very, very useful concept. I'm going to spend multiple days time on what? Profiles concept. Hmm. We work with profiles while developing Spring application using XML driven, XML plus annotation driven, 100% code driven Spring Boot. Today I will show only in Spring Boot style. Okay, remaining styles are outdated, right, boss? The setup required to execute application is called environment. This environment includes compiled code, database software, server, data source, JRE, JVM. This environment is also called as profile. These are like Netflix, Amazon Prime profiles, which keeps track of various activities of user like movie watching history, watch list, recommendations, and etc. Right, boss? Based on our operation, this is some recommendation. I will add my movie watching list. I will add my movie watching list. Come on, boss. As part of project development to project production, we need different environments or profiles. Profile or environment for development, sitting and writing the code. Profile and environment for testing. Once I develop, the testers will test the code now, boss. Okay, guys. Next one. Profile or environment for UAT. Once a project is successfully released and it has become successful, okay, for maintenance sake, it will be given to half team members. Of team members who got complete grip on the project, right, boss? So that fellow will work and will sit on sync with on-site team. Will sit on sync with on-site team, which is there in what? Citibank, London, whoever it is. So both together will try to understand the problem and will try to solve the problems. Clear, boss? Profile per environment, profile for testing, profile for UAT, user acceptance test, profile our environment for what? Production. Profile our environment for what, guys? Production. See, guys, pros one development, pros one testing. Code is there, MySQL database software, Tomcat server, Apache DBCP2, some other thing. But listen, okay, all these are okay. This is pros one development, guys. Pros one testing. Same code, guys. I want to test with MySQL, Tomcat server, C3P0. Okay, C3P0. I want to use C3P0 connection pool and MySQL database software. Same thing goes to UAT. Same code, same Oracle, same Tomcat server. Okay, only the thing is what, guys? Whatever you learn here, that will be learned again over here. But here connection pool purpose, what is the one we are using? Oracle UCP. What is that, guys? Oracle UCP. In production environment, what is the one? Code is there. Best database software, best application server, best RACP. Everything will be used best, and they will try to they try to upload in a setup which will run forever in long time, right, boss? That's why they are trying to use what? Best softwares. They're trying to use what, guys? Best. Oracle best database, Wildflower server best server, Hikari CP is what? Best connection. So at the time of project development, I have to visualize when this project go to test, what is the setup they need? When the project goes to UAT, what is the setup they may kept? When project goes to client, what is the setup they may use? Accordingly, for all four level setups, you have to create so that I can activate one profile at a time and we can start enjoying that one profile related discussions. Is it not interesting, Rababu? Come on. Convinced or not, guys? So this is about what, guys? Profiles. Today is just an introduction. Code remains same, but the servers they use, the database they use, JDBC driver details they use, port numbers, if at all web application, port numbers also matters. If you can give these details, they do something and they will make sure that your project also running in the same setup. Profiles are very, very important. Netflix, one home, one account, 5 family members are there. Daily I'm watching action movies, realistic movies, right? My family members are interested in what? Kids movies, okay, Korean dramas nowadays, okay, K-pop, this kind of thing. So they are, so when I go back, what happened? My interest and taste are mixed with K-drama, right, boss? My interest and things are mixed with K-pop. So I cannot get what I want, right, boss? That's why they are allowing me to create profiles now. For 4 members, 4 profiles. For 5 members, 5 profiles. So my profile will remember my activities. Another profile will remember family member activities. If any movie watching is in the middle, when I go back, it will show it is in the middle only, right? Because every profile rep, keeps track of what? Activities. Same thing here. At the time of development only, we visualize development time, what setup, testing time, what setup, UAT time, what setup, and production time, what setup. We had all softwares, we had all code, we had all entries, but we try to activate one profile at a time. So that what happens, guys? Our code moves to different phases, but we can switch from one setup to another setup just like that. You might have heard so many times. Company people uses H2 database, MySQL database during development because Oracle is a heavy software and commercial software. At the time of development and testing, no one will afford the cost of Oracle. And moreover, it's unnecessarily also. Why? Oracle means secured super fast data. But at the time of development and testing, entire data is dummy data, right? Is it real data, guys? No. For dummy data, do I really need Oracle database software? UAT, testing at client organization. Production, real project is in live. The customers of client organization, bank people, bank customers, bank employees started using the project. That time also bugs and issues will come. To take the bugs, to fix the bugs, on-site team will be there. In support to on-site team, offshore team will be there. All people together will fix the bugs and will make sure that project is running smoothly always. Project is running smoothly always. So when I release the project while doing UAT, one setup is required. In production environment, best setup is required. Okay, since in production I am using Oracle, at the development, if I start using Oracle, budget of the project will be increased or not. Since in the production I am using Wildfly server, in the development and testing also, if I purchase Wildfly server, budget will be increased or not, guys. While giving performance on the stage, final performance on the stage, costly attire. But while doing practicals, while doing practice also, you'll wear costly attire. Is it going to work out? Final dressing on final performance. But while doing rehearsals, while doing practicals, while learning choreography, dancing, okay, do you really wear costly affair? No, na. Same thing. Development one, testing time, little light effort, free of setup. UAT and production time, important costly setup. Enjoyed, boss. Profiles are very interesting or not? But what is the challenging, As a developer, you will be dealing with only development time. But you have to analyze what is required at testing, UAT, production. And you have to be in touch with the client organization people, the BAs, business analyst. Okay, they will have clarity, boss. They have clarity. By keeping them in confidence, by talking with them, you should design profiles for what? Testing, UAT, and production. Development and testing, we try to maintain same profile max. But UAT and production, high-end profiles and sophisticated profile and real profiles we try to maintain. If you look at our mini project, what we developed other day, always MySQL or always Oracle. Do you think it's changing time to time? Do you think it's changing time to time? You like it or not like it? If you choose Oracle, forever Oracle. Forever Hikari data source only. Right now, boss? So this is what I'm going to talk about. How to deal with the profiles. Data sources I want to change. Database I want to change. Interesting or not, guys? Convinced with me or not? Super. Okay. When we meet in next class, we will talk more on this profiles concept. Thank you, boss. Let me upload the notes. Where is the notes? Thank you.